So here's my sweet audio track. And I'm monitoring myself on this audio track. It's coming through. I want to make sure that my audio is coming through the Sapphire, and it is. That's good. I'm going to pull my latency down because I'm a freak that way. And I'm going to create a new software instrument. Reactor 5, stereo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sidechain to a bus. So here I am on audio 1. Hey! Instead of going stereo out, I'm going to have this go to bus 1. So now my voice is coming in, it's going to bus 1, which comes to this auxiliary. But what I'm going to do, this auxiliary is taking bus 1 and sending it to stereo out. What I'm going to do is take stereo out off. That way my voice, you're hearing my voice through this, but not through this. And I'm just going to use this to feed a sidechain. So I'm going to come down here, open up Reactor, and I'm going to choose Player, and I'll choose the mouth. Do I want the mouth or the finger? I'll do the mouth first. So here we are. I got the mouth. I'm going to go to my sidechain, and now all of a sudden the mouth is listening. And I'm going to just record my voice a little bit. Hey, how's it going? Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. So now we have audio on that track, and it's playing through the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my God, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird. So I'm setting the threshold here. So you can fit it to scales, choose minor, major scale. This is really like, this is made for doing music stuff. It's got, so bass support where it adds in a sub bass in there. You can choose what key you want to be in. like, I'll have my root key C, and I decide what root key it's going to be in. Choose minor scale. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Turn off the note. Beats mode is made for more rhythmic material because it starts to auto pitch. Basically, it's built off of a vocoding platform, but the finger. So what the finger does is basically on every key you're going to get a different type of DSP, and it's timed as well. So like, I'm going to play it through. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my god, the mouth. And as I go up and down octaves, I get different effects. Oh my god, the mouth. So I'm gonna go to something like recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff. It's so weird. The mouth. Oh my god, the mouth. Here I am recording. It's weird stuff with the mouth. It's weird, the mouth. Here I am recording. Here that I'm recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff. And then on each one of these, you can do envelope following, change all of these parameters. Recording the mouth. You can hear weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth. Oh my god. Here I am recording. Here that I'm doing some weird stuff. It's so weird. The mouth. Oh my god, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. Anyway, here that I'm getting kind of sick of myself saying that. Yeah. So for every key that you press, you get different effects, and you can actually. So here are all the presets that you get per key. So if I hit a key, I can choose whatever effect I want here. And you can lay it out for your entire keyboard, like across all octaves if you want. And so like boost cut is going to give you an EQ type effect. You have all these different sort of ring modulators. The stretch and jitter is really good for really glitchy stuff. You have looping, so you can loop forward and loop bidirectional. That's pretty fun. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my god, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff. The mouth. I lost it. Oh my god, the mouth. Here, I'll just pick it up here. Here I am recording the mouth. You can hear that I'm doing some weird stuff with the mouth. It's so weird, the mouth, oh my god, the mouth. Here I am recording the mouth. Yeah, I know. It's getting battery stuff. What can be more fun is to go in and get yourself something that's not my voice. So if I go to beats, So that's really fun, like doing sidechaining with Reactor using some of the stuff that they have built in. There's stuff in the factory as well that you can get that are under the effects. So I mean, Reactor isn't just about doing synthesis. You can also build effects in it as well. So like one of my favorites is Space Master. And I would use this actually on the bus. So go up here and open up Reactor as a plugin. So under Audio Units, Native Instruments, Reactor Effects, Stereo, and then as I bus out to it, it's going to be just like a reverb or anything else. You can bypass the early diffusion and pre-delay just like any other reverb, but it's a huge reverb. And that's just like, that's been around for a while too, the Space Master Echo. But they also have a vocoder. This is a classic vocoder that was built into it long ago. You've got grain states, which is pretty cool. Real-time granular synthesis. With pitch jitter and all that other stuff that I was talking about, but it's all happening in real time. So it's taking the sample in real time and it's doing granular synthesis processing to it. And then we have all of these XY faders that are adjusting pitch jitter, pitch shift, and transposition, as well as feedback and level and everything else. And then they have effects like smear. And you can see that it's stepping through each of these states. So each of these is a state, and then you step through it. The sequencer control is stepping through it in A+ right now. And you can see that it's skipping around between different parts of the sample that are coming in real time. So you can get some pretty sick effects in this too. These are built in the factory. I mean, this stuff like comes with it. So, and they're awesome. You know, like this one has an amp simulator, a dual delay, a reverb, chorus tremolo, phaser, stereo compressor, tube compressor, gate. All of this is built into this one patch of Reactor. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. And it's all free. That's what kills me. You know, hardly anybody, well, not hardly anybody, but a lot of people that I know just have no idea what Reactor is about. I mean, it's crazy. So in Reactor, they have these classifications. They've got effects, which are like we were just listening to, where we pass stuff through something and it makes an effect. You've got groove boxes, sample transformers, sequence synthesizers, and synthesizers. Those are all things that create sound. The generative systems that we use for sound design, you'd find those under Electronic Instruments. Electronic Instruments Volume 1 and 2, under New Additions, and Tutorial Ensembles, there's also a couple. So if I go into something like the groove box, and I choose New School, This is built off of something that was created in the 70s called the life model, and it's a computer model for how life comes to be. And when I hit play, yeah, I'm cheating because we're still hearing our beatbox. So each dot that you see here can't live without another dot next to it. And when I hit play, you can see the life model propagating on the right side. So there's what a little leaf sounds like. How about a baby string? So everything's being generated from this life model. It's crazy. I mean, in Reactor, there's so many things. There's so many different ways that you can draw sound out of this thing. It's ridiculous. So what you're seeing here on the right-hand side, these are all different frequencies that are being picked out of a sound. And all this thing does is drone. On the left-hand side, you're seeing the amplitudes of the different frequencies that are droning. Adjust the dynamics. So now control click. Find my main control. Anyway, I love Space Drone. And that's all it does is drone. I didn't even hit a key. It just goes. And then you just record it. So, needless to say, the stuff that's included with Reactor is amazing. The stuff that you can download is amazing. They've got video games that have been created in Reactor, where you can actually play a video game that was all created using this system. Yeah, it's really pretty ridiculous. So then, the generative systems like this are really good for doing sound design. So if you're working on a game or something, you need a good background, throw that through a Space Master using 2 reactors, and you've got like the best atmosphere you could possibly have. You can also have instruments in a row. So like here I have Space Drone. Well, I could have Space Drone go through a finger if I want. Like if I went in here and chose from the library, I could choose, well, I'll choose a different effect. Maybe I'll choose, see, these are full ensembles. What I need is the instruments. So an ensemble can contain instruments and macros. So I'm going to go to an effect, and I'll choose filter bank plus LFO. Why not? It's asking me to save my stuff. So Space Drone is one instrument. And what I can do is I can control click and go to my instruments, effects, and I'll choose something like, I don't even know what Lurker is, so I want it. So now Lurker shows up underneath Space Drone. I just cable them together.
So the ensembles are like the whole thing coming at once. So like when I opened up the mouth, that's like an ensemble. It's a whole thing. There's all these instruments that you can then stack together, just like if you're in Reason or if you're in Contact 5 or something. You can just sit there and just stack your libraries together. And you can, stack your instruments together. And then you have this huge instrument rack with effects and like, so if I wanted to, I could create like a groove box in here, have that going into a synth, which is going into a reverb, and it's all built right into this one reactor patch. And the only thing that's kind of a drag is that if you're in a DAW and you have this all on one channel strip, it might take up too much CPU. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Would you like use multiple instances of Reactor, or would you want to?
Yeah, if you're in Logic, in other, and this is actually a good point for any of these plugins, because if I go to Contact, so let's end where we began. So here I have Contact, and the thing is I can load up a studio drummer, and then I can load up, you know, a gamelan. And let's say West Africa. Okay, so I have these things in a rack here, these different instruments, right? And I can have access to them through different channels. There's channel 1, here's channel 2, and here's channel 3. Now, there is a specific kind of instrument that Logic creates called, you can use a multi-instrument where it takes multiple MIDI channels in, or what we can do is create multiple external instruments and like route it and do all this kind of stuff. So in this case, I might take this, and here's Contact 5, and I go New, multi-instrument. This goes into Contact 5, and I give it 4 channels. And I call this 4 Contact. The main window, I create a new instrument. Oop. Here's channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. So now, so theoretically, so I'm playing the different instruments within Contact, but what ends up happening, and this is specific to Logic, your CPU is one thread is going to be hit. See that? It skyrockets. That's because, and this is particular to Logic, they allocate their CPU per channel strip. So the best way to use Contact when you're in this environment is actually to, so I just duplicated it 3 times. I'll drag these same parts up. And in this one, I'll keep the drum kit, but I'm going to delete everything else. And this one, I'll take out the drum kit and the West African kit. And in this one, I'll just keep the West African one. And the important thing to do, uh-oh. Well, I know this is the West African kit, so I'll just bring it back up again. Oh, these are the same instrument. That's why I didn't hit Command D. There we go. So you see how it spread it out? I'm still getting hit really hard on one of the CPUs, but I think that's because I still have Reactor running somewhere. You definitely don't want Reactor just sort of hanging out there doing nothing, because that was a massive reverb. Yeah, that's more like it. So it spreads it out amongst all the software instruments.
Yeah, you talked about like recording it right away, and I would imagine that would be why.
With Contact, I don't worry about it as much. With Reactor, I do, because it kills your CPU immediately. Reactor is not about being efficient, it's about being flexible.
Would you try to go straight to a sampler, or would you just record in Logic and then go from there?
Here's how I do it. So let's say I've got Reactor up. And let's say I have a groove box, because groove boxes are cool. So I go into groove box and I choose Go Box. And Go Box is the lazy man's instrument, because basically you hit play in Logic and it starts making cool sound. So the way that I would record something like this is I would create a new audio track, and the audio track would be listening to a bus. The output of this would be going to said bus. So this is set up to record whatever's coming in bus 1. Make it stereo, of course. And this, I mean, I don't even see a region, it's just generating sound. So they're both in record. Oh wow, this one's going out to bus 1 too. That's very bad. Okay, so that's going to bus 1. This is receiving bus 1. Hello. And that should all be recorded. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to have that in record. That's why that was happening. All right. Just one last time, and then we're done. So it'd actually take that out of record and just start recording. Oh, it would help if I had the ensemble. And there we go. Okay, I screwed something up, so oh well. Oh, it's going to stereo out, that's why. Hey, last time, I swear. Oh, and this is a setting that I have in here where there we go. Finally! And then, of course, it's audio, so then you can have all kinds of fun with it. So anyway, yeah, run it out to a bus and have that in record. Thanks, everybody.
very much like to thank Pyramind for hosting me here once again. I think this institution is really cool, and until I came here for the first time, I had never seen anything like it in my whole life.
What I think really separates us from other people who teach is that we are outrageously passionate about what we do, and especially in electronic music.
Since coming to Pyramind, I've discovered electronic music, and San Francisco being a mecca for underground electronic music opened up so many doors for me and kind of blew my mind.
We cover everything from absinthe to contact. When people get to the mind-melting level, we get into modular synthesis.
Everything about native instruments, everything about Logic synths down to the finest detail. We learned it all.
The fundamentals of understanding how things work, that's just essential. But then beyond that, there's so much more, and that's where it gets into just a lot of the artistic side of like the creative approach of why you do something, not just how.
There's a lot of schools that just, they focus on the technicality of recording music, but I wanted something that would foster creativity and really help me develop as an artist as well.
Each of our genre-specific programs comes in 4 levels. There's a basic, an advanced, a professional, and then a master's level. And the master's level is, of course, everything we do. It's the largest and most powerful programs that we can create for you.